Hey everybody, wanted to just take a minute to post a video. I'm going to start doing these brief videos. Just get on here and maybe read to you something that I'm reading or that I want to read to you, something quote, something inspirational. It's a great book, The War of Art. There's a great book called The Art of War by Sun Tzu, but this book is by The War of Art by a guy by the name of Stephen Pressfield. He's written a lot of great books. Wrote a book called The Gates of Fire about the Battle of Thermopylae, and it's a great book. He writes other great books, and his story behind how he writes and what he does is inspiring. And he wrote this book as inspiration to artists of all kind, and I wanted to read you a piece. It's called What Does Resistance Feel Like? Put on my glasses here. There it is. What does resistance feel like? First, in happiness, we feel like hell. A low-grade misery pervades everything. We're bored, we're restless. We can't get no satisfaction. There's no guilt, but we can't put our finger on the source. We want to go to bed. We want to get up and party. We feel unloved and unlovable. We're disgusted. We hate our lives. We hate ourselves. Unalleviated resistance mounts to a pitch that becomes unendurable. At this point, vice kicks in. Dope, adultery, web surfing. Beyond that, resistance becomes clinical. Depression, aggression, dysfunction, then actual crime and physical self-destruction. Sounds like life, I know. It isn't. It's resistance. What makes it tricky is that we live in a consumer culture that's accurately aware of this unhappiness and has masked all its profit-seeking artillery to exploit it by selling us a product, a drug, a distraction. John Lennon once wrote, "Well, you think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're all fucking peasants as far as I can see." As artists and professionals, it is our obligation to enact our internal revolution, a private insurrection inside our own skulls. In this uprising, we free ourselves from the tyranny of consumer culture. We overthrow the programming of advertising, movies, video games, magazines, TV, and MTV by which we have been hypnotized from the cradle. We unplug ourselves from the grid by recognizing that we will never cure our restlessness by contributing our disposable income to the bottom line of Bullshit Inc., but only by doing our work. I like that. Always believe.